Welcome, everyone, to this special 12th anniversary edition of White Horse Live. Coming to you live, and now it can be told, from White Horse Black Mountain. We're delighted to be able to open the doors of White Horse again, even if it's to a very small audience. This evening is the 31st episode of White Horse Live, hosted as always by Bob Hinkle, and co-produced by White Horse Black Mountain and Rad House Studio. Tonight, we welcome a star-studded lineup to the White Horse stage. We'll have interviews with the artists, all of whom have been great friends of White Horse through the years. There is no fixed ticket price for online viewing of this program. Instead, we ask that you pay what you can. We'll be showing the tip jar address from time to time, as we are now on the screen. And the address is whitehorselive.tips. Our artists can't hear your applause if you're watching online. Your tips are the way to show your appreciation for them. So visit whitehorselive.tips and show your love. Thanks for helping make this series a success. We're grateful for your help in spreading the word. Please keep sharing the event notices, hosting live watch parties, and telling all your friends. And now here's your host, Bob Hinkle.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, especially evenings. We've been doing this for 12 years. We've got so much hay and horse poop outside in the parking lot there that you can just about find your way here. That's not true. It's perfectly safe and all right and not smelly a bit. Anyway, here we go. When the song rises up, white horses will fill the mountains. When the song rises up, then the clouds roll away. Well, if you don't believe that music has the power, just stay right here with us for just about an hour. All these good people, well, they're going to lift you up. They're going to loosen up your tightening. They're going to fill your cup when the song rises up. White horses fill the mountains when the song rises up. Then the clouds roll away. Then the clouds roll away. Then the clouds, they roll away. All right, now we can officially begin. Because it's the 12th anniversary and because there's a lot of people that have been mighty good to us over time, I'm just going to take a minute. We're happy to have you all in this, in the midst of the COVID age, and we're glad you're with us, whether it's at home or those lucky, very few, sort of one hand and one foot kind of number who can be here with us in person. You know, the COVID's really not that bad after all. And the mask can be your friend. If you're worried about your breath, the mask can cut down on the number of times you have to brush or gargle. Think of the savings. Now, social distancing, keeping everybody 6 feet apart, that can also be helpful. It can lower your water bill. Less showers, you know. A caution, however, don't try to drink your wine or your beer while wearing your mask. You'll just be tempted to suck on your mask all night. But for God's sake, don't touch your face. Now, so many people have helped White Horse keep going for the last 12 years. There are too many to name everybody, but some just have to be honored. Rad House Studio has been a partner in crime and otherwise in establishing White Horse Live. They're wonderful to work with, great people. We are creating and will be creating fine programming for White Horse and beyond. And we have been and we will be building great things. Now, the chief honcho, the captain of the ship at Rad House is Rebecca Hillgraves. You can't see her very well because she's up in the control booth, but just know that she's up there doing whatever she does up there. I don't know. Michael Stevens is another one of those Rad House folks, and he's running around here from he's right over there. A good man who does a lot of good stuff with the network here. Claire Hope is our audio goddess. She's up there someplace. Jessica Wharton, really fine director of photography, and a person who has managed not to trip over her camera cord for about 18 weeks straight. Jessica Fox is the key grip. Maggie Rainwater does the public relations. Kenny Phillips is the front of house tonight. Don Talley's the stage manager with the able assistance of Craig Rumney and Zach Hinkle. And if that name sounds familiar, it's because it is. Nate Kirkley is the captain of the bar. And from the White Horse past, it wouldn't be the same if we didn't mention Kim Hughes, Kit Moorhead, Danielle DiMarino, and a whole bunch of others. Special thanks to those of you who have contributed to our White Horse survival over these years. You know who you are, and you know that you are greatly loved and severely appreciated. Finally, our personal and heartfelt thanks to the artists who are participating tonight. We realize it's the COVID age, and we are all susceptible. We all take a chance by being here, and we respect each other in every way that we know how. So it's a special thanks indeed, those very special people. Now, unfortunately for you, the first artist up is me. So you're going to have to put up with a little bit here. I thought it might be good to do a song that was sort of hot off the presses. Don't think it's ever been done in public before. So you can be the judge. Don't judge too harshly, though. It's a blues, and it's about money, all right? Well, the markets were all shut down, and the futures were looking bleak. The stock is what you get when you slow cook chicken bones. S&P 500, well, that's just a race in South Carolina, but my interest rate is high when we're in bed all alone. Whoa, money, 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 I ain't got none, honey. My universe is cash free as a polar bear on ice. Fed is what I feel like when I just had my dinner, and from you I get a voucher on the train to paradise. Well, a vault is what somebody does with their pole. A bank is what I rolled down to get dizzy as a kid. The prophet was at a loss to say what would happen if the gross domestic product just ran away and hid. Whoa, money, money, money. Ain't got none, honey. My universe is cash free as a polar bear on ice. Fed is what I feel like when I just finished my dinner. And from you I get a voucher on a train to paradise. I couldn't get my engine going, called it a recession, a bear market like I'd never seen. But I bought a stimulus package, nice blue ones, and tried to move and groove it, and the bear became a bull. Bet you know what I mean. Oh, it's money, money, money. Unfortunately, I ain't got none, honey. Well, my universe is cash free as a polar bear on ice. Fed, that's what I feel like when I just finished my dinner. And from you, I get a voucher on the train to paradise. Oh, money, money, money. Whoa, whoa, money, money, money. Money, money, money. I think if I keep singing this, some will come along, but it won't. I'll be still now. All right, that's one. Email those contributions to me. That's M-E, never mind. The little man, he walked up and down to find an eating place in town. He read the menu through and through to see what 15 cents could do. One meatball, oh, one meatball. He could afford just one meatball. He told the waiter who was near at hand the simple dinner that he had planned. The guest was startled, one and all, to hear that waiter loudly call, "One meatball! One meatball!" This here gent wants one, just one meatball. Look out, here comes the Bad Breath Orchestra. One meatball. oh, oh, one meatball, Swedish, oh, oh. He could afford but one meatball. Well, the little man, he was very sad because one meatball was all he had. And in his dreams, he can hear that call. You get no bread with one meatball. What are you, crazy? One meatball. Oh, one meatball. He could afford but one meatball. So, if you're walking up and down, and if you find that little man is around, if it makes you just a trifle blue, I know why. Because it could be me, yes, it could be you. One meatball, oh, do so much with one meatball, especially when you're just singing about it. One meatball, oh, you and me and one meatball. You and me, huh? Well, that means that I get the big half, right? You can have the juice. Well, maybe. One meatball, one meatball, one meatball. That's all. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, moving right along, crisply moving right along. As soon as I find the right sheet. Here we go. I'm going to do some interviews with the artists. I'm going to do them from the couch here, and those of you who've been watching this for a while understand my proclivity for loving the couch, because we have a worldwide contest going on with White Horse Live, where you're supposed to send in to us the things that you find between the cushions of your couch. And we'll have a winner every week, and then there'll be a grand prize winner over time, as soon as we figure out how to keep it from screeching all night. Yeah. Anyway, now the first person that I'm going to be conducting just a small interview with here is Brian. Now, Brian Hilligoss is here. He's a friend of mine, a wonderful artist, great songwriter. He even looks good. You know, it's not so easy you can find that combination. Anyway, I want to know, first of all, Brian.
Yes?
What do you think about all this? What do you think about the place, the occasion,
I love it. I'm going to take my mask off if you promise not to do any more trombone. No, I love it. You guys have really, you can tell that with a little bit of time off what a place can come into, so it looks great. And I can really tell that you guys have done a lot of stuff technically here, and it looks like a lot of fun, and I'm honored and pleased that you asked me to be part of this, so thank you.
That's right, and these Rad House people have, even every once in a while, made me look good, and that's a very difficult thing to do.
It's awesome. It's awesome. We got a lot of great folks here tonight, and it's been so, it's exciting for me to finally get out of the house and get around some musicians. So.
Well, we're very happy to have you, and first time you were here that I ever saw, you were at open mic. This has been, what, about a year ago?
About a year and a half.
Year and a half ago.
Almost.
Funny how time flies.
It does.
And you got up and you sang your 3 songs or 15 minutes, whichever comes first.
Yep.
And I walked away from that saying, my God, where did this guy come from? Well, because I love the voice, I love the songs, and like that.
Yeah.
So we're going to get to hear you a little later. Now, what are you doing? What's keeping you alive well and from crying in the COVID
Oh, my
era?
goodness gracious. Well, for a little while, I was just stunned and anxiety and sitting around the house. And once I finally got tired of Netflix and everything, then I started looking for some work. And, of course, all the gigs canceled, but got some folks that are still reaching out a little bit. And I've been doing some writing, not too much songwriting, but regular writing. Writing. So I've been enjoying that and producing some virtual events, actually. So it's been kind of interesting.
Seems to be the theme of the
is.
2020 so far.
It is our new normal, as they say.
And I don't think it's going to go away. I think they're going to be around for a while.
Yeah, it should be fun. We're going to make the most of it here, especially.
Yeah, you bet. So is there anything else you'd like to say to your relatives or your dog or anything like that before we cut away to the next?
Well, I think I just wanted to tell Nikki that I did have some gumbo in the refrigerator that I put together. So she'll work her way around the bones and pull the meat off the chicken. It should be good to go.
I'm taking
by
it that
now.
Nikki's not your girlfriend, then Nikki's your pet.
No, Nikki is my girlfriend,
Okay,
but
I'm
I didn't have
wow.
time to take the bones out of the chicken before I got
Okay,
here.
I'm just checking, Wow. All right, well, Brian Hilligoss is somebody you can watch out for, folks. He's terrific, as you will see in just a few minutes.
Thank you, sir.
We're going to go to the next artist at this point, and Jay Brown and Aditi Sethi are not just friends of mine, but they are phenomenal artists. They are husband and wife, but in spite of that, they're very good. They have 3 wonderful kids, the oldest of which knows about 50 Beatles songs, and we'll sing them for you at the drop of a hat. And she sung them in here as well. I love the way these two sound together. It sounds like they've been brother and sister for 5 generations, but I know that that's not true. However, they are wonderful, as you're about to see. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Brown, Aditi Sethi.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Bob.
Happy birthday to you, Bob. 12 years. It's an awkward age, but you're doing well with it. Voice is changing, I noticed. We'll start off with a Bob Dylan song. I think Bob wrote this song in 1963. Then again, it might have been this morning that he wrote it.
How many roads must a man walk down before they call him a man? How many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? Yes, and how many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? How many ears must one man have before he can hear people cry? Yes, and how many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many years can a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? How many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? Yes, and how many times can a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
Thank you. Thank y'all. As Bob mentioned, our daughter Sahana is a Beatlemaniac. As it turns out, the whole house now is infected with Beatlemania. We have a soon-to-be 5-year-old boy, Avi, who can give Sahana a run for her money on remembering all the lyrics to all the songs. And our little boy Tashi just turned 1, and he seems to be catching the Beatlemania himself. So you would think when we get a chance to get out of the house, we'd want a break from the Beatles, but we do have a Beatles song to play tonight. I guess that's a testament to how great the band is, and also happened to have been John Lennon's birthday yesterday. He would have been 80, so we'll send this song out to John wherever you are, unless you're at home reincarnated as one of our children, or especially if you're that. Let me take this off. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Try to see it my way.
Do I have to
Keep on talking till I can't go on. Why you see it your way? When the risk of knowing that our love may soon be gone. We can't work it out. We can't work it out. Think of what you're saying. You can get it wrong and still I think that it's alright. Think of what I'm saying. We can work it out and get it straight or say goodnight. We can't work it out. We can't work it out. Life is very short and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend. I have always thought that it's a crime, so I will ask you once again. Try to see it my way. Time will tell if I'm right or I'm wrong. Why you see it your way? There's a chance that we might fall apart before too long. We can't work it out. We can't work it out. Life is very short and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend. I have always thought that it's a crime, so I will ask you once again. Try to see it my way. All the time will tell if I'm right or I am wrong. Why you see it your way? There's a chance that we might fall apart before too long. We can't work it out. We can't work it out.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So when Jay and I play, we call ourselves Aditi and Jay and play contemplative music with roots.
I thought of that name, by the way. I just wanted to put that in. Sorry.
To his credit. So we sing music from folk American tradition as well as the Indian folk tradition. So the next song is a philosophical Indian song that my father, mother, and aunts sing often, and I learned it while accompanying them. I want to sing it for my father, who just had back surgery. He's at the Cleveland Clinic in Ohio, and sending it out to him. And I'll give you a little bit about the meaning. It's a song about the mystery of the soul's journey. And one of the lines that I really appreciate is the pond, trickles into a river, and the river trickles into the ocean, but what does the ocean merge with and become one with? So.
ओवरे ताल मिले नदी के जल में, नदी मिले सागर में, सागर मिले कौन से जल में कोई जाने ना। ओवरे ताल मिले नदी के जल में, नदी मिले सागर में, सागर मिले
go to the Appalachian Mountains from India. This song may be expressing some of this, a similar kind of sentiment. And I want to say what a great honor it is to be here for the 12-year anniversary. We love the White Horse. We love Bob and everybody here. This is like a home away from home for us. So it's great to be here. And I don't know where we'd be if it weren't for the White Horse.
Definitely not the White Horse.
A true heart, and I do not fear to die. Little birdie, just before you fly away, sing me one more pretty chorus. Help me through this troubling day. Thank you so much.
All right. I should say one thing about Jay, and that is that he's the curator and the host of a thing we do here whenever we can. We do something called Local Live every first and third Monday of the month. We get the very best of the local folks to come in and show us what they can do. The stars of tomorrow, as they say. All right. Now, David LaMotte is sitting here immediately to my right. Now, I know a lot about David, not as much as, some people, but I know a lot about David. And I know that he's done over 3,000 concerts. I know he's done, I don't know how many albums, about 10 or something like that. And I know that he's the only guy I know has a school for him in Central America in his name. He has been on the Friends Committee to help nominate the Nobel Peace Prize winner. And he has this terrific family and a son the world's going to have to reckon with at some point in time, named Mason. So I guess my basic question for you, sir, is what do you do in your spare time?
Sleep a little bit. Oh, yeah. I should turn this mic on. Excuse me.
Yeah, or you can just leave it off and never mind.
I like to nap. Lately, I've been spending my time curling up in a ball and crying myself to sleep
I see.
occasionally from time
I
to
see.
time. And then also trying to connect with my community and figure out how we can love each other a little bit better. Because I think we can do better than we're doing.
Yeah, well, in some cases, they love each other at all, I'd be. Well, that's good. Now, what are you going to do when Mason overtakes you in every endeavor that you're doing?
Smile all day long. It's already well underway. He's been having a lot of fun lately because he's a fiddle player, as you know.
Yes.
He's been playing fiddle for almost 4 years, and he's getting real good at it. And I just recently decided I should start to study piano because I somehow managed to be a professional musician for 30 years and not know how to play piano, nor much music theory, nor how to read very well. So I thought this might be a good time to do it.
And you
while I'm
don't live
stuck
in the
at home.
jungle or the desert, so you got to do it.
And I'm stuck at home these days, so I thought it might be a good time to do it. And I've been taking lessons and really enjoying that. But I'm working on songs that Mason was working on 3 years ago, and he's having a lot of fun laughing at Dad. It's really good.
I bet he is. One other thing I should say about David is that we have, you can't probably see it where you are, but we have a burgeoning musical instruments display here, which is going to, if you come in here, you'll see it up in the top, the corner of the room. And so, that's another one of your talents.
That's a visual art project of mine, yes. I've been enjoying creating that little musical instrument sculpture.
Right. I mean, the only thing is that the instrument can't have cost any more than $30.
That's right. Those are the rules. Yep.
Yeah.
And in fact, that's one of my old guitar cases up there with a lot of stickers that tell a lot of stories.
Well, I'm pleased to know you, my friend.
Likewise, brother. I am so grateful to get to celebrate with you tonight. I didn't think I was going to get to be here, though you kindly invited me some time ago because I had a wedding of my dear friend David Sardina, and coronavirus thwarted the wedding plans for a little while longer. So I'm looking forward to being at his wedding one of these days and also being here with you tonight.
Abraham Jam.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you say a word about Abraham Jam.
It's a cool project. I'm really excited. I think part of the dilemma about living in these particular days is sorting out what's ours to do and what isn't, and when we need to stand in the way of something that's going on that needs to be interrupted, versus when we need to actually spend our energy creating what's right.
Right.
And Abraham Jam is very much in that latter category. It's trying to model a better way of interfaith dialogue as much as anything. Billy Jonas and Wood Warnsby and me are all professional solo musicians for many years.
Right.
And we've teamed up to make this band that represents the three Abrahamic faiths, Judaism and Islam and Christianity. And so we're trying to make the case that harmony can be an even more powerful force in the universe than unity. We don't always have to agree in order to create something beautiful together. We can sometimes do that across the lines, and it's even richer for having different frequencies resonate.
Excellent. I mean, the first time you told me about it, you began by saying, a Muslim, a Jew, and a Christian walked into a bar.
Exactly, right, and played some music for some people, and everybody smiled. It was good.
Oh, that's good. Very good. Very good. Very good. So what's next?
I'm working on a couple of books, actually. I got a couple book projects that I'm well into, and I'm excited about that.
Both adult, big people books, or?
These are all big people books, yeah. I'm working with Denise Anderson on a co-write book about Rosa Parks, and how we tell that story wrong and why it matters. And I'm excited about that because her heroism isn't limited to one moment, which is we generally tell her story like it's one day long.
She just didn't show up on the bus.
Right, exactly. There's a little backstory there, and a little community story around her that's really important. So I'm working on that, and I'm doing a little book that's based on a TED Talk I did 3 years ago.
Which
or
was
so.
great, by the way.
Thank you. Which is what music can teach us about peacemaking. And then, of course, I'm stirring up a little trouble around elections and things like that.
Well, I wonder who you were if you weren't doing that. All right, that's David LaMotte, who is a wonderful, good guy, good friend of mine, and I'll send him a bill for all this next week, about midweek. All right, now you just heard me talk to Brian Hilligoss a little bit, and now you're going to get to hear him do his thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, Brian Hilligoss.
I am a lonesome pilgrim, far from home. And what a journey I have known. I might be tired and weary, but I am strong. 'Cause pilgrims walk, but not alone. When I reach the place I'm going, I will surely know my way, and I will turn and look inside me, bid farewell to one more day. Every light begins with darkness. Every flower was once a seed, and with the sun and wind to test us, we are bound to be relieved. Well, I will fly beyond this valley. I will open up the gate, and when I reach the place I'm going, I will surely know my way. There's been a hand to guide me along the way, and it's held me up when I went astray. And as I stand before that valley wide, it will lead me to the other side. 'Cause I will fly beyond this valley. I will open up the gates, and when I reach the place I'm going, well, I will surely know my way. I will surely know my way. I am a lonesome pilgrim. Riding through the country on $1 a dime. If you look, you'll see the magic, if you'll only take the time. You know, it's a sound of talking voices that breaks the stillness of the night, and a touch of someone's closeness that takes away the fright. You know, there's a longing in my soul to smell the Carolina dirt, and an aching in my brain to watch my mother iron her shirt. To wake up Sunday morning, smell catfish frying in a pan, take a walk with an old gray-haired farmer and hear his stories about the land. Well, sometimes all this seems like just a dream that I once had. It seems it never really happened, and that's when I get real sad. Sad like crying, oh well, there's not a reason to. And sad like dying, though your life's not through. And sad like hoping for some time, someday with you. Riding down that interstate, a half a mile from a too long wait, a month of Sundays pushing me along. Well, county line, old 109, barbecue and a little me time. My baby's mama's right where I belong. No matter where I ramble, no matter where I've been, no matter where I travel, where I roam, Carolina is my home. Many a mile on a trucker's pay, tobacco leaves and a little bit of hay. Hell and half of Georgia is on my mind. Rockingham, forward jam, Brunswick stew and a country ham, waiting on the kitchen table right on time. And no matter where I ramble, no matter where I've been, no matter where I travel, where I roam, Carolina is my home. On my way through old Black Mountain, I'll sing a song she wrote for me about the days that we spent counting all our pennies and all our dreams. No matter where I ramble, no matter where I've been, no matter where I travel, where I roam, no matter where I ramble, no matter where I've been, no matter where I travel and where I roam, Carolina is my home. Driving down that interstate, first in flight on my license plate, North Carolina, home sweet home. I'm home. Ooh, I'm home. Say nice things about me. I'm home. You can't carry on without me. I'm home. Thank you all. This last song is about being thankful. One I wrote about a year ago, because I can remember finishing it up outside of those pretty leaves. So make sure you guys get out here and get out to the White Horse Black Mountain. It's a great venue, and I appreciate all my time that I've spent here. Thank you, Bob. I love to live out in the country, watch the stars sparkle bright. But to me, it's still a miracle to see downtown city lights. And every day that old sun comes up, I'm happy to exist. There's so many reasons that I love to live. I love to fly out of America America, hear how other people talk. I love to understand my point of view and listen to their thoughts. When I see them smiling back at me, it's easy to exist. Yeah, there's just another reason I love to live. To be alive and well and breathing makes no sense for me to whine. Yeah, I don't mind the weather as long as she is by my side. Lord, I can't begin to count the ways life is such a gift. I thank God for the reasons that I love to live. Well, there's a dream I have from time to time of a brown-haired little girl. Now she's a midlife woman in the middle of my world. Her spirit keeps me satisfied, green eyes I can't resist. Yes, she's the sweetest reason I love to live. To be alive and well and breathing makes no sense for me to whine. Yeah, I don't mind the weather as long as she's by my side. Oh, I can't begin to count the ways life is such a gift. I thank God for the reasons I love to live. And being here tonight is one of the reasons I love to live. So thank y'all very much. We'll turn it back over to Bob. He's got some interesting folks that he's going to visit with. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Brian. I love that voice. I love those songs. Makes me a little jealous. Stay home next time. Kidding, of course. Jay and Aditi, right here. Just immediately. This is a very popular couch tonight, it seems like.
This is the place to be.
Mm-hmm. Now, Jay and I seem to have a lot of musical stuff in common. Not everything, but a lot of stuff. We've played together a number of times. And as I mentioned, the local life thing is something that Jay puts together for us, which I'm very happy about and grateful for. Now we just have to get up 8,000 people in and we'll be just fine. Now, you guys sound fantastic together. You've got a blend that's a rarity.
Thanks,
This
Bob.
doesn't happen every day. In fact, it hasn't happened to me ever, come to think of it. How'd that happen?
How'd that happen?
Yeah.
Well, the first night we met, we played music in his living room. His mom introduced
My
us.
parents' living room, as a matter of
His
fact.
parents' living room. And we just started, it was harp and guitar at the time, Christmas carol.
Oh,
Around Christmas time.
Yeah. And then we just started singing, and there was definitely a connection.
and then other things happened.
It's true, Bob.
And there are three of them around
That's
now.
right.
Isn't it? Well, now, Aditi is a doctor, and Jay was you did some music for, what do you call it?
Music therapy and
Music therapy.
hospice, yeah.
Music, did some therapy. So how does that work? Like, if you're a doctor, I'm just trying to think mentally, just throwing in the middle, how does music get in there, or does it?
It does sometimes. Well, I grew up with music. Grateful that my parents teach me devotional music and folk music. And I happen to be drawn to songs that talk about transitions and being human, and my work is in hospice as well. So I do bring it to the bedside sometimes if it feels right.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. I hope to never hear you in that context, but I'm very happy that's going on. So how about you, Mr. J?
As far as the music therapy
Yeah.
goes, or how was I drawn to that?
Mm-hmm. And what was the process?
What
like
was the
for you?
process? You know, my mom had always said, you should go into music therapy, and I guess I
Really?
just sort of had that in the back of my mind.
If your mom said it.
Yeah, she had a lot of wisdom. But I took a lot of time between high school and college, a dozen years or so in Boone. Moved up to Boone, North Carolina to go to college, and I did, but it was about 12 years later.
Uh-huh.
So in the meantime, I just played a lot of gigs, and I ended up sort of gravitating towards like going into nursing homes and playing there and doing things with schools and things like that. And then Aditi sort of mentioned, hey, maybe I want to think about going into music therapy, And she's also a person who, I value her thoughts. So between her and my mom, I guess it was sort of like
You didn't have a chance.
I didn't have a chance, so I just went ahead and did it, and really, really glad that I did.
Well, it sounds very natural from what you do on the stage. To me, the first time you said it to me, I thought, it makes a great deal of sense. I can understand that perfectly well. So what do you guys want to do musically together? I mean, I know you're in like 12 bands, and, but what do you want to do together musically? Is there an ambition?
We need to make a record, We haven't done that yet. We've
true.
recorded in a couple of different bands, the Appalachians, and a few years back we had a band called Shantavani that you
Right, I
were so
remember
kind
well.
to debut. But we have yet to do an Aditi and Jay album, so that's
Well,
what we
any
need to do.
material that you know of you'd put on it if you were going to go do it?
We'd probably do the stuff that we did tonight,
Right.
and more things like that, and some original songs. And
I was asking because I love the breadth of what you do. So
yeah,
the connections are there, but they're not obvious, which is
Right.
always a big positive for me.
yeah.
So what else you want to say? If you could say anything to anybody right now, what
Oh
would it
boy, you're the one who should answer that one.
No, I'm just really grateful, Bob, for your heart and for this space and venue. It's just been such a blessing to us. We bring our kids sometimes, and we have nights out, just the two of us. It's lovely. I really
be?
appreciate
Yeah, I think your kids hold the speed record for laps around the outside of the place.
Yeah.
I haven't really timed it, but I can tell they're the fastest.
Sometimes we like to come here and have a nice quiet night out without the kids, and other times we bring our kids so that other people who are having a nice quiet
Right.
evening out without their kids can have our kids running around in
Uh-huh.
circles.
Well, it works, whatever
all
it is.
works,
It's all-
yeah.
It all
Right.
works out. All right, I have to do one more thing, which is I have to do a quick shout out to my two granddaughters who are both listening apparently to this evening. So Lucy and Rose, hey, we'll see you soon, some way, somehow. All right, you two are special to me. You always have been.
Thanks,
It's
Bob.
the first time I met you both. And, unless you screw it up, you always will.
The feeling is mutual.
All right. Okay, moving right along. Let's see what we got coming. Oh yeah, we've got Ashley Heath coming up. Hey, so we'll talk later, but we'll sing now. All right. Wonderful performer, great singer, soulful voice, like unique and soulful. I think she's won every award there is to win around here. So hopefully she can branch out and win some more someplace else. I'm not trying to run you off or anything. It's just anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please, if you would, Ashley Heath.
All right, thanks for having me tonight. I'm going to play a couple original tunes. The song is a cheatin' song, and it's called You Think I'm a Fool. I pulled off the roadside sign on the edge of the highway. It ain't my time to get off. I just went ahead anyway. Well, the last time we talked, you just cut me down. So I figured I would just stop by instead of getting lost. Oh, it ain't like you to act this way. In my suspicions, draw me near. just fills my head. You think I'm a fool, but I ain't playing charades anymore with you. You think I'm a fool, but I ain't guessing games anymore with you. Oh, I drove by, saw a car in the drive, and I seen red thoughts are creeping in my head. How could I have been so blind? I was on the road too long, and I never saw the sign. Ain't like you to act this way. And my suspicion draws me near. Every time he says goodbye, it just fills my head with fear. You think I'm a fool, but I ain't playing charades anymore. Oh, with you. You think I'm a fool, but I ain't guessing games anymore with you.
It's an original tune. I think I'm a fool. This is also a new original. It's called How Long?
before you now. I know I pass it for me. Will it be different now? I know I am a simple thing. I don't have too much to give. Will I be worth it for you to stick around? Will you feed my head with lies? How long do I try? How long do I fight? How many restless nights? Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. What will happen to my jeans? Did they get lost in yours? As time goes, you forget about me, what you were looking for. When I put my focus on you, you disappear. When I put my time into you, you walk out the door. Will you feed my head with lies? And how long do I try? How long do I fight? How many restless nights? Will you feed my head with lies? How long do I try? How long do I fight? How many restless nights? Ooh, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yes. Thank you. I think I have one song left for y'all. Is that right? Oh, okay. Sweet. Thanks for having me. Happy anniversary to the White Horse. Thank you, Bob. Well, I don't want all of them to be sad and depressing. All right. This song is actually an Aaron Woody Wood tune. It's called Baby Dance. The sunrise, you wake the babes from bed. All day long you work your fingers to the bone. Ought to be resting your head. Work until the daylight, till the got no excuse to stay at home, that the working's done. I love to see you on the dance floor, long hair flowing down. I don't mind if some of the guys out there spinning you round, baby, dance, baby, dance, baby, dance, baby, dance. Can't take no break if your hands are full. Can't hold out jug of wine. Let go of your worry, babe. Everything gonna be just fine. We can go where the lights are low. Everybody gon' shimmy and shake. Kiss my lips and move your hips. Don't make a poor man wait. Yeah, I love to see you on the dance floor, long hair flowing down. I don't mind if some of the guys out there spinning you round, baby, dance, baby, dance, baby, dance, baby, dance. It's part of who you are, it's in your bones, feel it in your soul. I never wanted just a piece of you, I've loved you full and whole. I'd rather go blind to change my mind, even though I don't have to. I'm a song and dance man, and I understand dancing's what you do. I love to see you on the dance floor, your long hair flowing down. I don't mind if some of the guys out there spinning you round, baby, dance, baby, dance, baby, dance, baby, dance. Thank you all so much.
All right, Ashley Heath. We'll talk to Ashley and find out what she's all about in a few minutes, as if we didn't already know from hearing all of that stuff. Good songs. Well done. I like the dress, too. It's very nice. All right, sitting next to me here is Robin Bullock.
Hi there.
And Robin is a friend. How long have you been coming to the White Horse? Quite a while.
It's been a long time, yeah. I've been living here in Black Mountain for 7 years now, and I know I've played here a few times before I
that.
moved here, so
Yeah.
it's been a while.
So you have to get a gold star or some kind of pin or
It's something, some kind of special special
Absolutely.
prize, yeah.
So talk to me a minute about the new CD.
Yes, well, you know, you were asking some of your other guests how they were keeping themselves busy during this pandemic. It so happened that when everything came crashing down and everything was canceled and we all went into quarantine, I was in the final stages of finishing a new recording, so that kept me busy for a while to finish that up. We were doing things like editing sessions in masks and all that thing, but we did get it finished. It's a bit of a departure for me, and it's kind of a homecoming as well, because, you know, I'm American. I grew up in this country, and I guess I'm mostly known, insofar as I'm known at all, for playing Celtic music, music of the Celtic lands, Ireland, Scotland, and so on. But as an American, I didn't discover that music until I was in my late teens, and I was touring. I toured for about 10 years off and on with Tom Paxton, the great singer-songwriter, and somewhere along the line, he asked me if I had ever considered making an album of American folk songs interpreted on guitar, and I thought that sounded like a great idea. So this is the album.
Great.
And in a stunning display of creativity, I titled it "An American Guitar Album," because, you know, truth in advertising.
Yes. You want to say what it is.
Well, yeah, you want to say what it is, and that's
Well,
exactly what it is. It's interesting that it came out when it did. It came out about a month ago. And when I first started working on it, the original plan was it was just going to be a celebration of American folk music. But the times that we live in, being what they are, it wound up being something of a statement as well.
I would say so,
Yeah.
having heard it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful album.
Thank you.
I will say that you've got another distinction with regard to White Horse,
Yes.
which is that I'm pretty sure if we added it all up, that, well, let me back up. Most people, or a lot of people, don't care about this. To me, it's of great importance what comes out of the sound system during intermission. There's nothing else going on aside from the bathrooms being full and the bar being operated. That's very important to me because the mood can either be kept or changed or whatever at that point in time. And I will tell you honestly that your CDs from going back to whenever we first started are the most played CDs, both pre-show, intermission, and post-show of anybody that's been here.
Music to take a bathroom break to.
Music to pee by, yeah.
Well, I'm honored. Thank you.
Well,
I think.
Well, you played on the stage a lot too, I'm just saying.
It's true. It's funny talking about the way the pandemic closed things down. As you know, my duo partner and I, the great Celtic harper Sue Richards, she and I had just started a concert series here. It was going to be a monthly concert series here at the White Horse called Carolina Celtic.
We got one of them done.
We got one of them under the wire, just barely under the wire, before everything shut down. So we're really hoping we can start that up again in, you know, however long.
We will.
A few months or a year's time, whenever it becomes possible.
Aside from
the first one was great.
Yeah, sure was. Hell. And Robin was going to play that. It was a wonderfully booked, well thought out, I think it was going to be a very successful series. So if you're a follower of White Horse in any way, keep your eyes on the skies because it'll be coming back.
Come on back when we can. Yeah, we had the whole year scheduled, and we had some amazing Celtic musicians.
Sure did.
Quite a few of whom live right around here. This has become. There's some great musicians that are from here, and then there are others like myself and John Doyle and Sue and Al Petaway and Amy White who fell in love with this area and moved here.
Yep.
So.
Well, we shall do it.
Didn't have to reach too far.
We shall do it.
Absolutely.
So what's next for Robin Bullock?
Well, what's next is surviving the pandemic, like everybody else. I was very lucky. I was very blessed. After, like all other touring musicians, all of my gigs for the year basically went poof in a matter of days. But I had just started doing online teaching, teaching guitar and mandolin through Skype or Zoom. And that took off because everybody's at home. And
Robin's the only guy that I know who has had a newspaper in a major market call him a Celtic guitar god.
Yes.
Which he trades on for, as he should.
Absolutely, absolutely. Baltimore City paper years ago was rash enough to call me a Celtic guitar god. Needless to say, I've been using it shamelessly ever since. But the story that I tell is that it was a dyslexic reporter, and they meant to call me a Celtic guitar dog.
Yeah,
so, you know,
got it.
Whatever works. But yeah, I've been teaching, basically just staying at home teaching, doing the occasional live stream concert, but basically teaching has turned into a full-time thing for me, and that's keeping me going, and I'm very grateful.
Well, your students are lucky.
Well, I'm not only grateful for obviously the employment, but also grateful for the opportunity to pass along what little I know.
Yeah.
I think
you're going to get passage along from a Celtic guitar god. So.
Well, I think it was Keith Richards who said the greatest epitaph a musician could have was, "They passed it on."
Yeah, that makes sense to me, especially from Keith.
Well, especially from Keith, and he would know. Yeah.
He's passed on a lot of things.
He has, yes.
All right, if you could say anything to the rest of the world, what would you say?
Ooh, boy, where do we go from there?
Anything will do.
If I could say anything, I would say we are living in a very fraught time, but it's potentially a very historic time as well. And this could be a turning point in our history as a species. So I think, know that and react accordingly. Here in America, of course, we have an election coming up, and that's going to go a long way toward telling the story about where we go from here. But wherever you are, I would say, know that humanity stands at a tipping point right now, and do what you need to do.
And don't mess about.
Don't mess about. Yeah, exactly.
All right, Robin Bullock, who will be back here at some point, no doubt, in the near future, because
In about half an hour, I think.
yeah, and even beyond that, perhaps.
And even beyond that, the God's willing, yes.
All right, thank you, Robin.
Thank you.
Up next, it's Abby the Spoon Lady and the Tater Boys. You guys are so unlikely as a trio.
A quartet, actually.
Quartet, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
There's a dog on stage with them.
When somebody first told me about Abby before I ever saw her do anything, they said, there's this great person that's downtown Asheville. She plays the spoons. And I said to myself, and they were trying to get me to book you. And I said, okay, let me think. She plays the spoons, then what? I mean, that's good. I mean, that's good for 10, 12 minutes. What happens after that? And it took me a couple of times of actually seeing her to realize that the mesmerized that you can get off of Abby when she's playing, much less when she's telling her stories, is pretty remarkable, phenomenal. In fact, I'm not quite sure why you guys don't get hypnotized, as you go through your set.
That's how she got us here.
I see. I see. Well, this is an awful lot of fun. I think Abby she's not the best spoon player in the world. She's pretty damn close to whoever is.
Best one, Black Mountain.
Mm-hmm. She's the best spoon player here tonight.
Absolutely.
So let's hear what these guys got to say. Abby the Spoon Lady. Go for it.
Thank you, thank you. That's Mr. Dusty Whitus singing and playing the banjo.
This is Abby the Spoon Lady.
Heavy spoon like
We got Tub Martin, world's greatest tub player. And of course, Willie. We couldn't do it without him.
Willie the dog.
Can't live right, I don't want to live wrong. That's why you hear me singing this song. Want y'all understand what I have to say. Once I had a fortune, but I threw it away. My old horse died and the mule went lame. Lost my cow in a poker game. Cyclone came one summer's day. Blew my house and the barn away. My old horse died and the mule went lame. Most of the time, this poker game. Cyclone came one summer's day. Blew my house and the barn away. An earthquake followed for to make it good. Swallowed the place right where it stood. The mortgage man, he came around, but it's hard to lay a claim on a hole in the ground. Can't live right, I don't want to live wrong. That's why you hear me singing this song. Want y'all understand what I have to say. Once I had a fortune, but I threw it away. Finally.
We've done a grave song and we've done a chicken song, and now we're going to do another chicken song. I just bought Dusty a book, How to Tune a Banjo in an hour and a half, but apparently he's only on like the second page. So.
It's got like 4 pages. It's kind of a hefty read for me. My old hen's a good old hen. She lays eggs in an old dustbin. Cluck old hen, cluck and sit. Sit them eggs and hatch some chicks. Cluck old hen, cluck and squall. Ain't laid an egg since way last fall. Cluck old hen, cluck and sing. Snip that sad first time last spring. My old hen only got one leg. Best damn hen ever laid an egg. Spent her life in a wire cage. Now she's hopping all over the place. Cluck old hen, cluck and squall. Ain't laid an egg since way last fall. Cluck old hen, cluck and sing. Stepped outside first time last spring. My old hen, she cackles in the morn, cackles and claws for scratching corn. Cluck old hen, cluck and scratch, dig them bugs in the garden patch. Cluck old hen, cluck and squall, ain't laid an egg since way last fall. Cluck old hen, cluck and sing, stepped outside first time last spring. Cluck old hen, as you please, bathe in the dust by the old pine tree. Life was hard at the factory, now she lives a life of ease. Cluck old hen, cluck and squall, ain't laid an egg since way last fall. Cluck old hen, cluck and sing, stepped outside first time last spring.
Thanks, y'all.
Willie got mad and went over and got his own rug. The star. Treats for the tub.
We're gonna do one more. This is from Ola Belle Reese called Undone in Sorrow.
Thank you.
Try that again.
Over yonder in the graveyard, where the wild, wild flowers grow, oh, there they lay. For my true lover, she's gone from me forevermore. Fairer than the sweetest flower, restless as the wildest wind, born with a love deep as the ocean. This was the girl that I did win.
Thank you, folks.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Abby. And the Tater boys. And Willie as well. Does Willie get paid in dog food? Does he get paid?
We give him lots of chicken jerky.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Well, he's not doing badly. He doesn't look like he's missed many meals or had a rough life, so it's all right. Thanks, guys, very much. All right, I am sitting here with Ashley Heath, who I'm very happy to be sitting with. One of the things I wanted to talk to you about, because I'm fascinated by it, is just your voice. You've got a wonderful, soulful voice. And, you know, somebody like me who's done all the stuff that I've done, people that are artists I listen to them and I say, okay, well, this person's probably going to go this way or that way. And I can be right most of the time. You've got a whole bunch of things you could do, and you could do them all. So I'm wondering which ones you want to do.
What are my options here?
Well, you could be a soul singer. You could be an Americana singer.
Oh, what
You could-
style? Like what
Well,
style?
or however you want to answer it.
Man.
Take your time. We got all night.
I don't know. I guess I'd describe my music as Americana because
Yeah.
it's like everything. I can't.
But I'm talking about how you use your voice, what you do, how you attack the music with your voice, what turns you put in there. Because a lot of your turns are soulful.
Mhm.
They belong on an R&B record or a soul record, and some of them are Americana. They right from the field almost.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering, what at the moment, if you could see yourself, if you were 5 years from now, Ashley, what would you like to do? Where'd you like to be?
Oh, in 5 years?
Or whenever. Pick a time.
Man. Where do I see myself?
Making records, obviously, I would think.
Yeah. Most of my writing tends to be more country.
Yeah, lately.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't
Country
know.
ain't
maybe
the country ain't what it used to be. It's got a lot of other stuff in it these days.
yeah. Maybe that's just what I am. Maybe I'm just soul Americana.
Maybe
I'm gonna
you're
have to merge them both together.
Maybe you're just Ashley.
I know. I don't know.
All right. What are you working on?
Well, I have enough material probably to record like 2 new records. I was ready to record right when this stuff started up.
Yeah.
But now asking a question like, where do I see myself in 5 years seems like a very impossible question to answer.
Yeah.
Because before I would have been like, oh, I want to do the thing. You know?
I guess I was assuming that COVID was something we could get over at some point.
Yeah, I think I don't lose hope, but still, like I'm like, I don't know. This year kind of.
Well, keep doing what you're doing because it's great.
Thank you.
So let's see. What else can you tell us? Or let me ask you another way. Did you ever consider putting down the guitar and just singing?
I definitely can sing more freely without an instrument.
Yeah.
But I've always played bass or guitar, and I've started to learn guitar just enough to be able to support my vocal. But then now I've been playing guitar for 17 years.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, I'm not saying you should stop. I'm just saying
yeah.
I would like to hear you do that sometime.
Oh yeah, I rarely get to though. But that would be fun.
We'll work on that.
Okay.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
At
yeah.
some point.
You can put my band together.
I'm a fan. I will be a fan. You can count on me for whatever fans are counted on to do these days.
Oh, come on. I'm a fan of you too.
Well, there you go. See, we'll have a fan club, a mutual fan club. Thank you for doing this.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, congratulations.
It was a pleasure to have you. And thanks for the congratulations. We'll try and keep on keeping on for a while.
Yeah, yes.
All right. Thanks, Ashley.
Thank you.
We heard from David LaMotte earlier as an interviewee, and now we're going to have the privilege of hearing him do what he does with his music. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. David LaMotte.
Looking out my Monday window with so few cars driving by it, the main street of this river town is strangely still and quiet. The days flow by so slowly with no rhythm to the song, trying to dodge the boulders as the river rolls along. Back in March there was a meeting at the VFW. They said we're all in the same boat, but it really isn't true. Some boats have big motors and some have wooden oars. Some folks are in the water just trying to swim back to the shore. Our lives hang by a thread, but you weave those threads together, they will make a rope that's strong enough to hold on to each other. If we all will pull a little, then just maybe we'll pull through. And as long as I am here, we'll be here for you. There are many who need comfort, there are many mouths to feed. So bring what you can offer and ask for what you need. Let's be gentle with each other, we won't always get it right. You don't have to be a hero, just lean a little toward the light. 'Cause our lives hang by a thread, but you weave those threads together, they will make a rope that's strong enough to hold on to each other. If we all will pull a little, then just maybe we'll pull through. And as long as I am here, we'll be here for you. You don't have to say you're okay, let's just stick to what is true. You don't have to smile and fake it, God knows I'm struggling too. Our lives hang by a thread, but you weave those threads together, they will make a rope that's strong enough to hold on to each other. If we all will pull a little, then just maybe we'll pull through. And as long as I am here, I said as long as I am here, I will be here for you. Thanks, y'all. It is such a strange thing to hear people clap in a room. It's been, half a year or so since that's happened. I haven't done a live show since mid-March, and it was right here in this room. And it's really a joy to be back. I've been back a couple times since then, but it's just been, video cameras and awesome tech crew and me. So it's really a delight to just have a handful of friends here tonight and to get to listen to such good music. What a joy to get to listen and play two of my favorite things to do on the same night. I'm going to switch guitars here real quick. I'm so grateful for the White Horse, the really important work that's happening here. I've said for years that bars are pretty easy to find. There are a lot of bars out there. There are a lot of places where beer is featured and music is provided. But a place where music is featured and beer may or may not be provided is a real treasure. It's a temple to me. It's a holy place. And I'm so grateful for Bob's work over the years and the rest of the crew that has pitched in around him over the years to make this happen, because we desperately need this. I think a lot of us are just realizing how badly we've needed it all along lately, now that we don't have the opportunity to gather so much and play music. And so I'm really just, it's not stage banter to say I'm really delighted to be here tonight. It is a delight. That's the right word. I'm going to play a song that has no words. Most of my songs have lots and lots of words. Some might argue a few too many. But this one's got none at all. It's the best effort I've made yet at using a song to listen instead of talk. It's called Shadows. Thanks, y'all. My goodness, I've missed you. That song doesn't work without an audience. Like, y'all have no idea how much a part of that you are. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. I needed it. It's an honor and a privilege to spend some time with y'all tonight. Thanks again. I'm going to play one more song. I co-wrote this one. I wrote the verses, and Francis of Assisi wrote the chorus. He was great to work with. The closest I've flown to the face of a war was into Sarajevo on a wing and a prayer. And the bombs didn't fly from the hills anymore, but the people were haunted. There was fear in the air, and the city was cratered with the shells and the rounds, like rain on a puddle, like the face of the moon. And they buried the bodies till they filled up the ground. In the grass on the highway, they just ran out of room. But the people have gathered in the middle of town with the songs they hold sacred of a time coming soon. From their different traditions, they are singing the sound of their future together, and they're singing in tune. And all the darkness in the world can't extinguish the light of just one candle. All the darkness in the world can't extinguish the light of just one candle. I got word overseas that an old friend had died. She was bright-eyed and laughing and gone far too young. And my spirit and body felt hollow inside, and I wanted to cry out, but no sound would come. So I walked through the night in a dangerous town, where the gunfire can sound like the 4th of July. But by chance I looked up, and the stars shining down tore the wind from my lungs and the rain from my eyes. Because just like my friend, those stars are long gone, and that light has been shining for thousands of years. So the light that we shine seems to go on and on, like those rays across the cosmos to refract through my tears. And all the darkness in the world can't extinguish the light of just one candle. All the darkness in the world can't extinguish the light of just one candle. You can say love is a powerless tool, that the real world is heartless, and that hope is for fools. But I watch for the sunrise, and the truth is I've found it's not light that is fragile, it's the other way round. And all the darkness in the world can't extinguish the light of just one candle. Oh, the darkness in the world can't extinguish the light of just one candle. Believe me that all the darkness in the world can't extinguish the light of just one candle. These are indeed pretty scary days. There's a whole lot going on in the world, and it's well, I read something recently by Rebecca Solnit. She said that the funny thing about optimism and pessimism is that they're both kind of cop-outs. I'm paraphrasing here, but optimism says, look, it's going to be fine without me. And pessimism says, doesn't matter what I do, it's going to all go to hell, you know? And neither one of those is hope. Hope says, I got to point my life in a better direction, regardless of what the odds are. And no matter what you think is going to happen, no matter your prognostication. I mean, our work, I think, is still to try to figure out what it looks like tangibly to love each other. And that's hard work. There's nothing soft and warm and fuzzy about that, right? The work of loving each other. It's hard sometimes to listen. It's hard sometimes to stand up and choose no longer to listen, right? It's hard work. So blessings on y'all. Please be gentle with yourselves and be gentle with the people around you, because everybody is carrying so much these days, so much. But it's true what Francis of Assisi said. He got it right a really long time ago. All the darkness in the world cannot extinguish the light of just one candle. Our job is just to shine. All the darkness in the world can't extinguish the light of just one candle.
Thanks, David. As always, remarkable. Very much appreciate you being here. Now, next to me here on the couch, lovely couple that they are, Richard and Sandy Riccardi, who have played in this establishment, I guess, I don't know how many times, maybe a half a dozen or something like that?
More than half a dozen.
More than that?
Sure.
I'm older than I thought I was.
I think maybe like 10 times.
I think we're old.
Okay, well, good, good, very good. And these people are funny. They're funny. They're funny people. They have funny material. Maybe not all of it, but most of it. Very funny. Satirist. I believe they call satirist is what they call.
Satirists, parodists.
Paris, like a parrot or a paradiddle or anyway. New Year's Eve is when they're coming again. We will have some fun on New Year's Eve. I'll guarantee that.
We look forward to that.
All right. Now, talk to me a little bit about how you guys got started in this whole thing that you do.
Oh boy, that's.
Can you
Go ahead.
remember?
It's really started with you.
2008, we sort of found our political voice in satire by writing a song called Hockey Mama for Obama. And that song went viral. It was our first video ever, and it went viral because I am a hockey mom, and I didn't like anything Sarah Palin was saying, and she said she was speaking for the hockey moms, and I said, don't speak for me, Sarah Palin, and the first Evita song came out of that. We wrote one recently for the Covita on the White House balcony. But anyway, yeah, so we had a hit with that one, and then sort of found our voice.
So talk to me about your history on the internet.
Oh, wow, that's.
I cleared that, buddy.
That's right.
I mean, Facebook hasn't taken you off or anything, right? You're still on.
Yeah, we've been in jail a few times.
We haven't been blocked though, not
No, that's good.
totally.
No, I'm pleased to hear that.
Yeah, we do have millions and millions and millions of hits on the internet, on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, because well, we had a big hit called "The Boy from Mar-a-Lago," and we had a big hit called "Tiki Torch Nazi,"
Right.
and we had a big hit called "Kofifi," and you know, you probably can't imagine who we're going to be singing about tonight.
No.
But I do want to say that the opinions of the artists here do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the establishment.
But they probably do.
I won't assume anything. You know.
It's unfortunate, but our subject matter all comes from the same source.
And it does right now, and tonight we will be doing quite a few things.
I hope it becomes more historic as we go along.
Historic, please, yes, as opposed to hysterical. Yeah, that would be really good. We would like to go back to singing just fun, silly songs, and then really gorgeous, you know, cabaret tunes, because that's what we are. We are a cabaret act.
Well, you have some of both, though, now.
We do. We do. Tonight will be a pretty pointed, though.
The Reader's Digest version.
Yes, exactly. I'm not going to talk a lot between songs. We're just going to go boom, 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 because they're really short and fast. So.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds pretty reasonable. So, you guys have moved to the neighborhood now, right? Used to be in San Francisco.
We have West Asheville, actually.
West Asheville. I was brought up in West Asheville before it was cool. You guys waited until after it got cool to move there.
It's definitely cool now.
You were like you're like from the hood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see it. You know.
Well, we left Burning,
Face
California.
Yeah, fair enough.
Northern
Fair enough.
California.
Right. I tell you.
Yeah, it's beautiful here and it rains, and we're grateful for the rain, even though it's hard to drive in. We're just grateful.
There's a song in there somewhere too.
Yeah, it's true. It never rains in California is now true.
Right.
So, anyway.
Guys, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Very much appreciate your being here.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to New Year's Eve and
We are
beyond.
too, absolutely.
All right. We're going to switch gears here at this time. And you heard Robin talk a little earlier on. He's got a new album. And he's the only Celtic guitar god in the house tonight. So, you're never going to live that one down or up or whatever. Anyway, this man has the finest touch on his repertoire of anybody I know. He's exacting, and the product shows it. Ladies and gentlemen, Robin Bullock.
Thank you. How does that sound? You hear that okay? Does that sound like a guitar? Does it sound like anything? Well, David just said everything I wanted to say so much more eloquently than I could. Then I'll just say, yeah, what he said. It's a pleasure to be here, and a great honor to be part of the 12th birthday celebration here at White Horse Black Mountain. Wish you many more. I'll start off by taking you back in time, about 300 years, a tune for the Irish harp to get us underway. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, as I mentioned, that's a tune for the Irish harp written about 300 years ago by the greatest of the Irish bards, the blind harper Turlough O'Carolan. And like the majority of his tunes for the harp, that was named in honor of one of his many noble patrons, in this case, a lord by the name of Lord Inchiquin, so the tune is just called Lord Inchiquin. It occurred to me a few years ago while I was playing that tune that, as I say, it was written 300 years ago, and here we are in the year 2020, and I'm still playing that tune, and I have no idea who Lord Inchiquin was. You know, I don't know anything about him. I have no idea what he did to distinguish himself in his lifetime, if anything. As far as I know, he's basically just a completely forgotten Irish nobleman of 300 years ago. And yet that tune that Turlough O'Carolan composed for him and named in his honor is still being played to this day by Irish musicians all over the world. And it's still just as fresh and as beautiful as when it was first created. And really, it's the only thing keeping Lord Inchiquin's name alive in our day. Which to me just goes to show, in the long run, in the big picture, it's not the lords and the squires and the rich people and the powerful people. It's the artists and the poets and the musicians who have the last word. I'll play you a tune from my brand new CD that Bob just mentioned, a CD of American folk songs interpreted on guitar, cleverly titled An American Guitar Album. There are a few here this evening, and those of you watching this at home, it's available at robinbullock.com or robinbullock.bandcamp.com, either one. This is one of 3 Stephen Foster songs I included on this recording, and I imagine you'll recognize this one, despite what I've done to it. very much. Oh, Susanna, by one of the greatest songwriters America has ever produced, Stephen Foster. I'll finish off my set here with a little something on the mandolin. Before I do, again, I want to thank Bob and everybody here at the White Horse, everybody on the tech crew, and all of my fellow musicians for coming together for such a wonderful evening tonight to celebrate the White Horse's 12th birthday. And everybody here at the White Horse, especially, just for being here for the last 12 years, being here for us, being here for the community. Thank you. Also, just let you know, if 3 tunes wasn't enough of me, I will be doing another live stream a week from tomorrow, Sunday evening, the 18th, at 7 o'clock, I believe it is, Eastern Time, in conjunction with our friends over in West Asheville at Isis Music Hall. So the information for that is online at isismusichall.com or robinbullock.com. And of course, robinbullock.com tells you everything else you ever wanted to know about what I'm up to or what I have ever been up to. So drop in sometime when you're surfing through cyberspace. Love to see you. So I'll finish off with a pair of old-time Appalachian fiddle tunes that I've adapted for the mandolin here. These, I'm pretty sure, have Scottish roots. And part of the reason I think that is that they're traditionally played on the fiddle in an altered tuning on the fiddle, an open D tuning that old-time fiddlers call the dead man's tuning. Yeah, I don't know exactly where that name comes from, and to be honest, I'm not sure I want to know, but it's a tuning where you keep the 2 middle strings of the fiddle, or in this case the mandolin, tuned to their usual pitches, D and A. You tune the top string down to another D, an octave above that 3rd string, and then the 4th string you tune way down to a big low D, an octave below the 3rd string. And that enables you to get these great bagpipe-like drone effects. So I've tuned my mandolin the same way. I'll finish off with these 2 tunes. These are called Coleman's March and Bonaparte's Retreat. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Robin. That was terrific, as always. Makes me jealous. I could go home and throw my guitar out the window from the third story. All right, I'm with Abby.
Hi.
And Willie.
Yeah.
At this point in time. And the only problem with Willie is he's too rambunctious, you know. He's got too much energy.
Yeah, he's awfully busy, huh?
Yeah, got a lot to do, clearly, as appointments.
Awfully busy. Yep.
Abby the Spoon Lady is, it's quite a, you have done quite a bit with that name.
Yeah, but I'm just kind of along for the ride. I'm never really exactly know what's going on, so I'm just kind of hoping that it's all on the up
And you taught Willie everything he knows.
He's been great. He's such a great dog, and I'm so proud too. You know, the folks I've been playing music with, Dusty and Cub, are just awesome, and we've been having a lot of fun.
I won't tell him you said so, though.
Well, we've been having a lot of fun playing music when we can, given
Yeah.
you know everything that's going on.
Yep.
You know, so it's really great to be here, being able to play some music and hear some people clapping and doing all that.
It is refreshing, I know.
Yeah. It feels great. It feels great.
Yep.
You know, this is one of the first regular places that I came to start doing storytelling.
Yes,
was here
I
at the
know.
White House.
Yeah, a while ago.
You know, and so I'm really glad to be here tonight. This is a really good thing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So, you've got a following, an online following that's pretty remarkable. Talk a little bit about that and how that happened.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time on the YouTube, and it's been a lot of fun. It's pretty interesting how many people kind of catch on and are commenting from different areas. Just hit 350,000 YouTube subscribers. It's
Not shabby. Not shabby.
I'm pretty stoked on that.
Yeah. So what happens now? What's the future? A little bit.
Well, I think eventually the world's going to be normal again.
Whatever that is.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what normal is, but normal enough that we'll be out and about playing music and doing some of that stuff again. I do feel, you know, viruses happen. It's not some big conspiracy. It's okay.
Right.
They happen from time to time. We can get through it. You know, and so right now I'm just kind of day by day, kind of pulling through like everybody else, and I'm just, you know, kind of keeping my chin up.
Well, that's good. That's good, because if you don't keep your chin up, you run into things.
That's for sure.
So, you're writing some books.
Yeah, I've been working on a children's book about street performing.
Great.
Which I haven't completed, but I figured I'd wait until the pandemic was a little bit simmered down before I started poking about it.
Yeah.
So I've got that on the cooker.
Great. That's fantastic.
I'm stoked about it.
Wonderful. So what else? You got any other projects like that are sort of hanging around waiting for something?
A handful. Over some of the time over the pandemic, I spent all the time working on some animation kind of stuff. I'm hoping to be fiddling a little bit more with that.
That sounds good to me.
But you know, I'm not necessarily a professional animator, but you can teach yourself anything, I do believe.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep poking at it.
All right. Well, I think you should poke away. Now, I'm happy that you're here tonight. I'm happy we're finally able to have, you know, this few number of people that we've had in here for the first time in, months and months. So what do you think live performance-wise is going to happen? What's the kind of the immediate future? Let's say that, just for the hell of it, let's say that the pandemic gets enough tamed to where we could actually deal with it and go hear live music and live performance again. What do you want to do? just more of the same?
Well, I'm going to be looking to be booking, small theaters and small festivals, when everything kind of opens back up. But mostly I'm looking forward, and I really, really miss street music.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say that.
Yeah, I mean, and when your favorite hobby is gathering large groups of people together, a pandemic isn't really good for you.
That's a thing I understand very well.
I'm excited for everything to kind of be moving on.
And Willie's excited too. He's very excited.
Yeah, he looks real excited, huh? You looking excited? Yeah.
Abby, it is great to talk to you. I don't think we've ever just sat down for 5 minutes and had a conversation like this, and I enjoyed it. Thank you.
We're always pretty busy.
No, I know. Well, we talk for 10 seconds at a time, here and there.
Well, thanks so much for having me here. This
Oh,
is
of
a
course.
great thing you got going on.
You are welcome here anytime you want to darken the door. All right. Let's move right along to the final group of the evening. These two, as you've heard them talk now, you've heard enough of them perhaps no, never mind. They will be here New Year's Eve, as I said. They are truly wonderful and funny, which you're about to hear. And they are another couple of people who can be here just anytime they want to. Ladies and gentlemen, Richard and Sandy Riccardi.
Thanks, Bob. Thank you so much for having us here. It's a privilege to be invited to take part in this. And what we were hearing tonight was so much beautiful meditative music, and now we're here to harsh your mellow, okay? And it's been a really long 4 years, and we feel real old. You make me feel so old. You make me feel so bred with mold. With every lie you prove again, you're such a rotten individual. The moment that you speak, I switch you off and take a leak, and drink until my liver dies, or stuff my face with fries. You are why my online shopping can't stop. My wrinkles are getting wrinkles, and my jeans can't compete with my muffin top. You're killing me. You make me feel so old. You make me feel I've been steamrolled. My ulcers unfold as you tweet from your toilet of gold. You've even turned my browns to gray. I feel 192 today, 'cause you make me feel so old. Richard Riccardi. You are why I now have 45 ruts running across my forehead. I'm not supposed to hate, but I hate your guts. You're killing me. You make me feel so old. You make me feel so bought and sold. I've gained 30 pounds, and besides that, I always feel cold. You gave me cataracts and gout. We need to vote your racist orange face out, 'cause you make me feel so not ideal. So you make me feel so old. So old and cold. So old. We are Sandy and Richard Riccardi, otherwise known to our Facebook trolls as the Twat Waffle and the Douche Canoe. Yes. The internet is a wonderful thing. So we're going to give you a little bit of Rose Garden contact tracing for you here, Tom Lehrer style. They love their friends invincibly. They're just as close as they can be. And just because they really care, whatever they get, they share. Trump got it from Hope Hicks, she got it from Bill. We all agree it must have been Ron Johnson who made him ill. Now he got it from Kaylee, who got it from Christie. And everybody knows that Tom Tillis got it from Mike Lee. Oh, now, then Kellyanne Conway, she gave it to her kid, who TikToked out a scathing expo in her little vid. Gil Martin, Nicholas Luna, and since you dared to ask, we all are wishing Mitch would just forget to wear his mask. Steve Miller's not worried. He's been dead inside his entire life. Ivanka doesn't have it, and that's really puzzling. She really loves her daddy, who just gives her everything. She gave it to Ronna McDaniel, whose spaniel has it now. Melania even got it, and we're still wondering how. But Don got it from Hope Hicks, or maybe 'twas Rand Paul, or Mickey, or Nikki, or Ricky, or Dickie. It doesn't matter at all. The Rose Garden party, or meetings where they speak. And if you heed his advice, then you might. Mind you, I said might. Be dead in a week. That was based on Tom Lehrer's I Got It from Agnes. Okay, this is the song our first song that we ever wrote for Donald Trump as he descended the escalator to announce his candidacy in a most xenophobic way. You've the wrong skin and the wrong face. Though your race adores me, they're the wrong race. They're not my race, but such a different race that it's all white with me. You have brown eyes, each the wrong game. You have way too many vowels in your long name. Not like my name. My name's a lovely name, so it's all white with me. You're rapist, you're addict, you're hard to respect, and most likely you're terrorist too. You're people I'm trying so hard to reject. Don't you want to reject somebody too? You pray strange prayers, wear a head swathe. Though your faith is charming, it's the wrong faith. It's not my faith, but such a scary faith that it's all white with me. That's my husband. I'll build up a wall to keep out the wrong sort, and I'll make them pay for it too. There's someone I'm trying so hard to deport. Don't you want to deport somebody too? And my big wall, it'll be huge. No more tired, huddled masses seeking refuge. I don't get used, so therefore out with yous, and our country will be free. 'Cause I'm clan-like, and it's all Thank you. It's wow, applause. What is that? We've been doing live streams every Friday night from our living room. It's just like you just pretend you're in a TV studio, you know, just pretend the applause is there. And sometimes I even have a little plastic clapper thing that, you know. Anyway, thank you. This next one is a little more serious. It has morphed from our song for Charlottesville into our song for Black Lives Matter. And we have to say Black Lives Matter because clearly they have not been mattering. Well-armed boys with golden hair who raise their arms up in the air with tiki torches everywhere made Donald proud that day. But those opposed to racist hate who sought the Nazis to deflate this president, he does equate with those who killed that day. He's put the blame on both sides now, the Nazis and not Nazis. How? It's his delusions we recall. You can't equate the two at all. Unarmed boys with curly hair who raise their brown hands in the air are shot before they have a prayer by profiling police. So rugged heroes take a knee, arms locked in solidarity. The POTUS calls them SOBs and calls for their release. He puts the blame on both sides now. He scorns a peaceful protest. How? The First Amendment we recall. You can't equate the two at all. But here's a thought to give us pause. That awful man is not the cause. 400 years we built the laws that tip the scales our way. But now the world's awakening. The systems need dismantling. The hope of justice do we sing and pray this is the day. It's time to open up our eyes and see the way we built on lies. Let our delusions break away. The truth before us bear too late. We'll close out with this one. Thank you. We're doing our live streams every Friday night. They're free. Sandy and Richard Riccardi on YouTube or on Facebook. And this is our original. This is the last one that we did that got over 1 million. And we wrote it 4 years ago, but then we revamped it to reflect the current times. And that's when it got 1 million hits. So here we go. Give the white supremacists a nod. Tell the Christian right that you found God. Take away the women's rights we've had for 50 years. Hang out with the Ku Klux Klan, then crucify the queers. Fire everyone who calls your bluff. Vilify the ones who little thing from me for you to do.
Kiss my rump, Donald Trump. I'd never vote for you, not if you were the last man standing. Kiss my rump, Donald Trump. If you attempt a coup, your ass to you we will be handing.
Build a fence to keep protesters out. Hunker in your bunker, tweet and pout. Tell the cops to go ahead and up brutality. Law and order is a premise fascists all decree. Drink some bleach to clean your molecules. Push hydroxychloroquine to fools. Keep denying your ineptitude. But here's one little task you must include.
Kiss my rump, Donald Trump. I'd never vote for you, not if you were the last man standing. Kiss my rump, Donald Trump. If you attempt a coup, your ass to you we will be handing.
I'll try to be succincter, but your mouth looks like a sphincter. Your squinty eyes reveal to me narcissistic personality. Your tiny-fingered sausage links are far too small to hold your drinks, so get some help in your defense from your disgusting sycophants. Tell McCain he's not a war hero. After all, why not? You didn't go. Tell me how you plan to keep the press from telling facts. Tell me how you won the election without Russian hacks. Flush the grand old party down the drain. Have a bromance with Vladimir Putin. Summon all the bigots in the country from their caves. Is this the way a president behaves?
Kiss my rump, Donald Trump. I'd never vote for you, not if you were the last man standing. Kiss my rump, Donald Trump. If you attempt a coup, your ass to you we will be handing.
Sing along if you want.
Kiss my rump, Donald Trump. I'd never vote for you, not if you were the last man standing. Kiss my rump, Donald Trump. If you attempt a coup, your ass to you we will be handing. Your ass to you we will be handing. Your ass to you we will be handing.
Thank you.
You know, the only thing about the Riccardis is they're so namby-pamby, you can never tell what they're feeling about things. All right, I'm gonna cut to the chase here. We have had a wonderful evening. We thank all the artists from the bottom of our collective White Horse heart. Because without you, we'd be nothing. Well, not nothing, but we wouldn't be as much as we are now. Anyway, so I want you to know you are appreciated. For those few people who are civilians actually sitting in chairs here, thank God for you too. And we hope you'll come back and we hope you'll be able to bring a whole bunch of people with you. Now, as opposed to what I usually do at the end of this White Horse Live thing, I'm going to do something a little different. And it's, no one knows I'm doing this but me at this time. But it's a chant. It's a Crow chant, Crow Indian chant, and it is about, I've been told, growing a good crop. It's about making friends. It's about longevity, keeping things happening, and just seemed to be the right thing at this moment. So, whoa, ta-ho, ta-ho, whoa, ta-ho, ta-ho, whoa, ta-ho, nawita nalo, ruwata-ho, nawita nalo, ruwahi, suitelani, ruwahi, suitelani, Whoa, Tahoe, Tahoe. Whoa, Tahoe, Tahoe. Thank you, guys. Thanks for being here. And hopefully we'll see you very soon with a lot of people and a lot of fun. And maybe even a beer and wine or two. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for joining us for this special White Horse 12th anniversary edition of White Horse Live. We sure hope you've enjoyed the show and that you're with us and we're with you for dozens more years to come. This program is produced by White Horse Black Mountain and by Rad House Studio. Bob Hinkle is your host and executive producer. Claire Hoke is audio engineer. Jessica Wharton is director of photography. Michael Stevens is network engineer. Jessica Fox is key grip. Public relations services provided by Maggie Rainwater at Hoosier Devil. I'm Rebecca Hillgraves, director and producer for these programs. Thank you so much for joining us for this very special edition of White Horse Live. Keep tuning in and come as you can, come as you are, and in the meantime, be good to each other. And that includes all people.